really? We're recording the podcast and you're still going to try and
I don't
pick a
give
fight
a
with
shit
me.
if we're recording a podcast. We record the podcast when I say we record the
This-
podcast.
Guys,
This is a three-man...
can we-
Nabil, shut your mouth. This is a three-man podcast, and we work together as a team.
This is a one-man show. I'm the helm of this
Oh my
podcast.
God. What work have you done for this podcast?
This is a brainchild of mine.
I edited this.
We're
Nabil
recording.
uploaded this.
I'm pressing record. Guys, welcome to episode 2.
Oops, we started a podcast.
That's the name of our show. You can listen to us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple iTunes podcast app. And you can also listen to us on Spotify soon.
After we
Very
record
soon.
3 episodes.
It's around the corner for sure.
We're working
Yep.
on it. It's tough. It's a tough thing that we have to do. But we're working on it. You know, we're getting there.
Thank you to everybody who's listened to the podcast so far. We got great feedback from
feedback.
our listeners, and hopefully we'll try to improve the podcast from there.
Most of the feedback was, kill yourselves.
Stop
Fake
making
and gay.
art. Stop suppressing me.
What?
That's what I say to the haters, you know?
Stop suppressing me.
Stop suppressing us.
Anyways, so we appreciate everyone who's listened thus far.
If you're listening to episode 2, what is happening? I'm proud of you. You're a real fan.
I know, that means that you're a true friend and a fan of ours.
You're a true friend.
Anyway, so you can follow us on Instagram. That's what we consider to be the best place to get updates regarding the podcast and other Egg Squad activities.
Yeah.
What's our Instagram handle?
I think it's just called The Egg Squad.
I think it's called the Egg Squad.
So
This is good. The good news is we don't know our own handle.
We'll get back to you guys when we figure it out.
I'm
but
looking it up.
no, I'm like 100% sure it's called
Yeah,
The
don't
Egg
be
Squad.
I just hope it is.
Anyway, that's all lowercase capitals, by the way. Another thing that we got feedback on, a lot of people came to me personally to my house. They rang my doorbell. A lot of people sent me letters. They sent me parcels by the Raven, by boat. And they said, Isaac, please listen to my criticism. And I said, yes, I'm listening. And they said, some people might not get our comedy because we're so ahead of everyone.
We're ahead of the curve.
We're ahead of the
curve.
So we want to make it clear, guys, that we're joking. You know,
It's all banter.
we love fat people.
Yeah, some people got in touch with me and said, hey, I don't support a fat shaming podcast. I'd like to point out I'm fat and I will listen to this podcast, so I support you in every single way.
Guys,
I'd like you to know that both
I'm-
Nabil and Isaac got very uncomfortable faces when I said that I'm fat.
I'm friends with many fat people.
I'm one of them.
I know lots of fat people, and I
And
love them.
I'm gonna go ahead and this is the sound. That's me shifting the park gearing,
We're shifting
parking
into
gear into
gear.
reverse. So I'm gonna get out of
reverse.
this one.
We're going out.
So yes, and the Instagram is in fact the Egg Squad. Speaking of Egg Squad, I'd like to bring something up that Isaac and I were discussing, and I don't know if the podcast is the best place to discuss this.
Oh my god.
I don't know if the podcast
I just got
is
shook.
this is the best place to discuss this, Nabil.
Are you coming out?
Nope. No, I'm very straight. Boobs, great things. You ever seen a pair of... Anyway, I don't like the name Egg Squad anymore.
What?
That's very controversial.
That's
How can you say
controversial.
something so controversial yet so brave?
Let me explain the things that I think.
Okay, wait. Let's explain what the Egg Squad is, because I know some people are listening to this and they say, "What is Egg Squad?"
Didn't
What
we
does
already
that
explain
mean?
this last episode?
Did we?
I think we
I don't think
did
we
that
did.
in the,
touched on it.
in the pilot.
Oh, the pilot episode that will never see the likes of the man.
We'll never see the
Yeah,
light
you guys
of
are
day.
never going to listen to it.
No, it was actually really funny. We
was really
explained a lot
good.
of deep dark secrets. If you knew the things that Isaac told us,
I know. I think
I haven't slept
if
for
it was
months.
released now, I think I'd be a convicted felon. Anyway, the
FBI
Egg
would be at your
Squad,
house.
it's a group of friends that we have, not just us. We have 4 other great, wonderful men that are in our group. And
So what, women can't join Egg Squad
no. Yes, they can.
if they're up to the task.
If they're up to the task, yeah. It's a grueling.
What is the task?
It's so stupid. I don't like the way you guys are just got. Literally, we were in a Snapchat group chat. We all started making eggs at the same time, and we thought it was funny.
It's still
And
funny.
then I changed the name of our Snapchat group to Egg Squad.
And it just stuck
So
for
let me
4
explain.
years.
I hate the word squad.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we sound like Jake Paulers. What's up, squad?
Well, I am a Jake Pauler, first of all. I have my merch.
Merch link in bio. We should get some Egg Squad merch. That's a different story.
So we need to be like the Egg Clan now? Egg
I think
Tribe?
I think we should
Should
Say
we keep
it. Say it.
No, yeah. It's an
Say
open
it.
environment.
I think we should get rid of the name, the Egg Squad.
Well,
And I think we should replace it.
with what? What are some potential names right now?
I don't know, guys. Leave a comment down in the description below what you think we should name our group of friends. We need a name. We need a brand. We need to brand ourselves. We need to sell ourselves. Please leave a comment.
To segue from this, I'd like to do some updates from last episode.
Update segment.
Update segment. Boom.
Roll the update music.
Update music. Anyway, so in the last episode, I was exclaiming my nervousness. God, I was nervous because I was going for my driver's test. It was an exit test, losing my learner's permit, getting my driver's license. So I'm a man. I was going from a boy to a man. I could already drive beforehand, but now I can drive anywhere. I can't get pulled over anymore now that I have my G license. I can kill a man.
Above the law.
I am above the law with my G license.
You're immune.
So, I was very stressed out. And you could tell in the podcast just how stressed out I was.
You were shivering.
If you saw how much sweat was dripping from my brow, you'd be shocked.
From your brow.
So, the day of the test, which was the next day after we recorded, I went for breakfast at a lovely, lovely breakfast place. I ate some good. I believe my meal was eggs.
How
Funny enough.
That's funny.
And so I was in a good mood, you know. I go for breakfast the first Friday of every month. It was a great time. I was feeling happy. But then the minute that I bid adieu to my girlfriend who I was eating breakfast with, I hit the roads. And I started learning those roads.
What time are we talking about? 6 a.m., 5 a.m.,
So
4 a.m.?
I'm going to hit you with about 8:45.
We're talking a.m. here?
8:45 a.m. My driver's test was at 1:25 p.m.
Wow.
Man.
So if we want to do some quick math, can we do some quick math?
on, let me
The
pull up my
nerds of the
calculator.
podcasts. How many hours is that?
Guys, nerds
bit
of the
more than
podcast,
4
leave a comment
hours,
down in the description.
Around 4 hours.
So yeah. So for 4 hours, I drove around the same 6 blocks in this neighborhood that I've never been to. For 4 hours. I don't know why I did it for 4 hours because it definitely stressed me out for no reason. But the result was I now can drive on international waters.
You can drive on water. You can
My
hydroplane.
criticism from my driving tester, my driving testes, that's funny because it sounds like testicles, but it's not. It's just my driver's testee. She said, and I quote, "Your parallel parking is abysmal, but I'm feeling kind today." So
Wow.
she allowed me to pass, and I drove away fast over the speed limit. That was the best part. Because for the past 3 days, I'd been, breaking those habits that I've been driving with for like a year now. One hand on the steering wheel, at least 100 kilometers over the speed limit. So it was really important for me that I broke those habits. So I was driving with both hands on the wheel. I was checking my mirrors. Absolute torture, folks. Let me tell you.
That's called driving safely and obeying the laws.
And like I said,
Defensive
absolute
driving.
torture. You know what else is driving safely? Being a pussy, Isaac.
That's true. We fully endorse that
And there's
message.
there's one thing we want you to take away from this podcast is that we don't like fat people and that we don't like pussies.
Hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
Anyway,
Hold
so
on.
that's the story of how I got my driver's license. Another source of stress out of my life. And now I can commit vehicular manslaughter.
I think, on the behalf of myself, Nabil, and all my friends, I think
Can you
we...
name all those friends who are thanking me? I'm sorry if I'm assuming that you were about to congratulate me.
There's too many to count. I have so many friends. I could name probably 12 of them. That's how many friends I have.
I don't know if you're gonna hear a jump cut in there, but our podcast definitely stopped recording. Anyways,
Yo,
so
but what are you gonna expose?
sorry, man.
Dude, this is
inside
a
baseball.
flawless. This is a flawless
That was
podcast
flawless.
with no hiccups whatsoever. Anyway, I'm trying to say congratulations, Zach. Just
Thank you
take
very
my
much. Thank you
goddamn
very much. Thank you very
congratulations.
much.
Jesus Christ.
Can you thank me? Thank you very much.
So, if we're done with that subject, are we done with that subject, or do you want to keep
I
talking?
think I've spoken all I can speak about my driver's test and license.
So, guys, moving on to another subject. We did something really exciting this past week.
On the weekend?
We went to a goddamn casino.
Yeah.
Lac
That was a
me.
good segue. That was a good segue.
First time to a casino, and boy, was it a
It was crazy.
yeah, it was
man.
crazy.
So let's talk about casinos first of all. Do I agree with the gambling activity? I don't disagree with it. I can understand why it could be fun, every
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
Poker's a fun card game when you get into it.
I
It's
suck
fun.
at poker so
I'm
much.
bad at it, but it's fun. No doubt about it. It's fun.
It's not fun when
Do
you
I
lose.
necessarily endorse gambling? I don't know. But,
Yeah.
We were just a bunch of friends, and we were like, hey, let's go to the casino.
I think gambling is good, but like, no. I think gambling's okay, but it's not okay when you cross that line where it's like it's like you're addicted and you're going every day, and it's like you're just a sad old man sitting at a slot machine just pumping that money.
I think it's fine if you go in expecting to lose and you're just there to play.
Yeah, that's what we did. We expected to lose money.
We expected to lose. We wanted to play.
So we each
But there's people who go in and they try to make a living off of it, and I think that's not legitimate.
That's not sustainable.
So I've lived 18 and a half years of my life reading about casinos, you know. And I find it's very interesting, the tricks that they use.
Yes, very interesting.
And they're very real. I can guarantee you they're very real.
So when we walked in, like, for example, what Trixie's talking about, like, there's no windows.
There's no natural light.
There's no natural light.
There's no maps.
You know how all buildings have maps?
Well, you know.
You walk in the front door, they give you a brochure with a map and all the attractions.
Shut your mouth, Zach. It's easy to get lost, that's what I'm saying. There's no maps. They serve you drinks for free.
Yeah.
They want you to stay.
Yeah, I was talking about it. It reminds me of that scene from Percy Jackson. You know where they're in that arcade?
Yo.
Oops, nerd alert.
Yo, Percy Jackson was a sick novel. Don't even tread on that, bro.
Sick novel alert, dude.
Guys, welcome to the sick novel segment. We're going to talk about Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Sick novel alert. I just want to point out I'm watching the bubbles and I'm very scared that my mic isn't recording. Let's continue.
Are you serious?
No, I think we're good. Let's continue.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so they have a lot of tricks in place to keep you there.
Yeah.
And it seems to work on a lot of people.
It worked. I felt like I was in there for 5 minutes, and then we were in there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it didn't feel like we were in there for a long time, but like we were actually there for a pretty long time.
The casino's a very interesting place.
So we each went in with $50 cash.
Please. You went in with 50 like idiots. I went in with $30. Actually, I went in with $20. I went over my limit. I'm very disappointed in myself. Let's continue. We all went in there with cash money.
We went in there with cash.
A small amount of cash money.
And we
compared to other people.
Yeah,
we went with Nabil's cousin.
Yeah, with my cousin, shout out.
Who was a veteran.
Oh, he's a vet.
He lost so much money. So much money did he lose.
Did he lose it?
So we walked in, and it was super, like, I was pretty impressed. Like, I've never went to that casino before, and I was impressed by just, like, there was a bunch of fountains and stuff. You know, fountains impress me, man.
Yeah.
I'm easily impressed.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. It was pretty extravagant.
Yeah, and then we like walked in and there's a bouncer and then there's like a 50s theme.
That gave me PTSD.
What? Why?
Because when I went to Toronto, we tried going places like the ROM and there's like a night place and like you have to be legal drinking age 19, but I was 17. So they checked my ID and they're like, "No, you can't go in." And I was so sad. And then literally there's a bouncer there and I'm like, if this guy doesn't let me in, I'm going to riot.
Years old.
No,
and the lottery too.
That brings us to another. Anyway, we'll talk about the lottery in a second. So go ahead.
I was just saying we're walking in and like right away there's a bunch of like lights, flashing lights, and like slot machines, and it's just like in the movies, you know.
It's exactly like the movies.
So we played blackjack.
We walk up to this table and there's a dealer there who's like, "On joue
the guy with
blackjack."
a ponytail.
He looked like a dealer.
Yeah,
he did. He had a whole suit on.
Well, that's what they all wore.
It's a dress code, and he respected it.
Oh, another thing. Speaking
Unlike
of dress
you.
code, I got really shook before coming because I was wearing shorts.
I was wearing shorts too.
And then when my cousin picked me up, he was wearing
what
a dress
shirt. What are you wearing,
shirt.
you dirty slob?
No, he was wearing like a button-up shirt. I'm like, oh damn, like we have to be super fancy. He's like, I don't know if we can wear shorts, so I don't know. And I'm like, okay, go back in the driveway. I have to go change.
Put on his tux, and he'll put on his tux.
Yeah, I put on my tux.
Put on your
full
prom
out,
suit.
But yeah. Yeah, so how about I'm just going to describe what we did. We walked in. We went Mr. B.
Zach just pulled out a limited edition DVD cassette case of Mr. Bean.
So we walked in the casino.
Yeah, and then we were just trying to figure out what to do. So then we found the blackjack tables, and my cousin was there, and he was just looking for an open table, and then he saw one. And then he said, like, okay. He was like, okay, you guys want to go? And we're like, all three of us were just shook. We're little pussies. We're like, I don't want to play. And then he's like, okay, you play first, and then we'll go and play after you. And he's like, okay. So we went to this table. And, like, out of all the tables in that section, like, we're excluding the high roller section, which we'll get to later. But that was the most expensive table that was there.
Yeah,
it was
$25 minimum
$25 minimum bet. So Riaz played, and then
That's his cousin, by the way.
Yeah, he played it, and then he ended up getting shafted real quick. Got disposed of by the dealer.
He lost like.
He lost $50 fast.
Yeah, he lost, and
Like
that's only 2 plays, cause 25-25.
Yeah, we're at a 25 table.
Yeah.
So then he was out. So then me and Isaac were looking at each other like what do we do? And then I was just thinking like, we came here to gamble. We might as well.
Yeah.
Go.
And all of a sudden, my testicles dropped, and I grew balls.
He'd been waiting long enough.
Yeah. So then we went into the table, and like, it's such a crazy feeling, man, when you're playing.
You feel like a
You
badass.
feel like a badass. You think back to the movies, because you know when you play blackjack, you have to tap the table if you want a card, and then if you don't want, you just do the slightest move of your hand to
Yeah, you just
deny
shake
the
your
dealer.
head like the slightest shake of your head. You're just like.
Not even shake of the head. I shook my head, and he's like, I need a sign with your hand.
Did you
'Cause
say
I
that?
think- Yeah, because I think, didn't you say there's cameras that look
Oh.
down? So I think they need to see your hand move. So he said, I just need a shake of your hand. So then I shook my hand. But it's just so, you feel like such a badass.
Yeah. And guys, good news. I watched YouTube videos on how to play blackjack before I went to the casino. I watched a good video. I learned how to play.
Can
And
you shout
then
him out? Shout out the YouTuber.
I don't know it by name.
Oh.
I think it's called blackjack for people who don't know how to play blackjack.
Blackjack for dummies.
Ooh, that's a good one, Nabil. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I walked into that casino. I bet my $25 chip, and I won.
You
You didn't just win
No,
outright.
please. We
There
need
was
full
trials and
transparency
tribulations.
on this podcast.
There were
Did I lose
trials and
first? You
tribulations.
definitely
Yes,
lost.
you definitely lost.
I think I just blocked that out of my mind because all I remember is winning.
Yeah, for you, you were the big winner.
Anyway,
at the
maybe
end
I
of the day.
lost first. Maybe I had a little stumble. Maybe I just tripped. Maybe I goofed up. But then my strategy came back to my head.
It's always the darkest before the dawn.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Damn.
And then that was the first test. I might have failed that one, but then I won my money back bit by bit, and I walked out with $25 more than I walked in with.
I
Big
feel
bucks
like I
over.
remembered it perfectly because Isaac, didn't you get 21?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got 21, and that's what got you the 25. And then I got 20.
Picture perfect.
No, I think I got 19, but the dealer got 20. So then I just got my $25 chip stolen. So my back was against the wall. I had only one chip left. Isaac left the table at this point. He's like, I'm taking this $25.
Yeah, I took my 3 chips and I was like, see ya.
So I was at the table alone. So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna just lose it all here? And I'm like, okay, let's try. So I put my last 25 on the line. I won back the 25 I lost. So I'm 0. I've broken even. I'm 0.
Yeah, we're at $0 right now.
Then I played one more time, and then I ended up winning another chip. So I walked out with $25.
Did you though?
Not at the end of the day, but we'll get to that.
Did you win the money though?
Anyways, and so finally we found a 20. Was it a 20 or 10?
No, it was a 10.
It was a 10 table.
You definitely wouldn't have played if it was 20. You wouldn't have
That was
played.
a cold table. That 10
That
table.
table was cold, man.
The
That
dealer
table was
scared me.
cold.
The dealer just kept getting 21.
Yeah,
That-
this is dumb.
Man, I got
And-
my $20 chewed and spit out.
Yeah, Zach lost money. Riaz lost money. Nabil, did you sit at that table?
I sat at
He
it.
lost his
Yeah,
10
I
at the
lost.
table.
Yeah, I
so
lost my 25. Yeah, that's when I put my 25 I won.
Yeah.
And I lost it there.
I sensed that table had 0 vibes.
Yeah, there was
So,
that.
It was messing with my
it was-
chakra, man.
Yeah, my shocker was like, nah, bro.
No, they definitely had some sort of substance that was playing with my mind.
What?
Anyway,
Yeah, so you talked about the high rollers.
yeah, so all of it, we were just at the casino, right? And then one of our friends who goes to the casino.
Oh,
like-
this is crazy, bro.
yeah, this is crazy.
So out of nowhere, a friend that we know just walks
shows
up.
up and he's like, hey.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's
like, what the hell? I'm like, damn, like, what's up? And he's like, yo, not much, whatever. And then we're just talking about, like, casino games and, like, how, what he does at the casino. And then I remember at school he was talking to me about, like, a place where people go. Like, there's a room. And then you go and you call your bank to put your mortgage on the line if that's how much you're going to bet. If you
That's
really
crazy,
go
man.
that far. And he was talking about how there's a high roller section, a place where you can bet even more money than what there is in the regular tables. And I told him, yo, why don't you show us this?
So like, I'm feeling lucky. Show me this room, bro.
So we walked into that room and it's like all dark. It's like the walls are dark. There's not a
all
lot
the
of
chairs,
lighting.
like literally everything's black.
Yeah. And then we just get to see like all the different, there's like more blackjack tables, there's more slot machines where like the bet is higher. And there's like this one table where it was like $100 minimum bet. And this guy's just slouching in his chair. He's the only one playing at this table and he looks like so sad.
He has like an empty glass of whiskey by his side.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's
it's
like
just
his head
sitting.
in his hands.
He's like leaning on the other chair, so he's like
leaning on
taking
the
up
other
2
chair.
chairs. He's the only one at the table, and he's just like, hit.
He's just playing out, man. And then we got to see the room where people go and call their bank up. and like in one of the rooms it was empty, but I think I saw someone else in there calling their bank
That's
or doing
insane.
some sort of call.
Imagine selling your house.
Well, I don't think they. I don't know how it works, but it's sad.
It's very sad.
I saw old grandmas there, and I was so
Oh,
sad.
I was so sad.
old
And she was playing in the high roller section too.
Yeah, but she probably has that old money, you know.
Oh,
I
that
know, but
doesn't-
she looked hooked. Like she looked like she was gonna stay there for a long time.
Yeah.
My grandmother said to me when I returned home, she was like, "Did you go to the slot machines? I love the slot machines
What is it with old
Well,
people and
what's
slot
the-
machines?
because their simple minds can only comprehend how to press one button."
They're senile old minds.
I apologize for the noise. I'm gonna move my chair so I can actually reach the microphone. Keep talking, boys.
Oh, guys, don't pay attention to this noise. Mute
Keep
your
talking.
mics.
Keep talking.
Whoa.
Whoa, big moves here.
I said keep talking.
All right, so we're gonna keep talking. What else happened at the casino?
So we went to go see the high roller section.
Yeah.
And then
we were
after
trying-
that, even before that, this is a funny story. Before that, when we were trying to find a table that had the $10 minimum bet, a lot of them were taken. So we're just walking around trying to figure it out.
Shut up, Zach.
And then we see this one, we're like, oh, $10 minimum bet. We're like, okay, go. And then I realized, I'm like, oh no, this one says 21 Spanish.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, is this the same as blackjack? And then we tried to ask the guy, and then he said, oh, if you go to this counter over here, they'll have like a table here set up, and they'll teach you how to play. So we go over to this guy, and we went to a casino in Quebec. And I think this was a very vital part of the story.
Because no one could speak the Queen's language. No one could speak English.
So we went up to the guy, and we were saying, like, okay, so how do you play 21 Spanish? He's like, oh, yeah, so you know blackjack, right? We're like, yeah, we know blackjack. And then what did he say? He was saying, like, so, yeah, instead of blackjack where there's tens, there's no tens. Immediately, I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, we're like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's like blackjack, but you can do more things. And then we're like, okay.
Okay. So, but at this point, I was looking at my cousin. I was saying, like, okay, he knows blackjack. Maybe he knows, like, 21 Spanish. He probably understood the explanation. We walk out.
And he was
I'm
Riaz was like nodding.
Yeah, he was
like,
nodding his head and everything. And then I was just following him, like, oh, okay, yeah. And then we walk away from the table. We think we're about to go play 21 Spanish. And I ask him, it's like, so, yes, what do you say? And he said, like, I have no idea.
None of us
And
knew.
then he's like, do you know what he said? I'm like, no, I was relying on you to know. So we had no idea what 21 Spanish was.
Still don't.
Yeah, and then our friend who came afterwards, the one who was showing us the high roller section and all that, he knew how to play 21 Spanish too. So we asked him, like, how do you play 21 Spanish? And he was like, oh yeah, so no tens. The card
He was
10
like,
does
so you know
not
blackjack?
exist.
We're like, yeah, and he's like, yeah. There's no tens though.
And they're like, what do you mean no
We're like,
tens?
what do you mean?
No, I got that. Like that's the
Please,
simple,
please.
no,
You got that from the first explanation. No, you didn't.
That's the simple part.
Bull.
No, not from the first one. I'm
No,
talking
the
about
second
Will.
one, yeah, he made it more clear. It's like the card actually is not
When Will
existing.
said that, I understood that. But then he was talking about double down and stuff.
Double down, I was like, I don't want to know.
The only thing I know how to do in blackjack is split your cards. But when it comes to like double down and like insurance and stuff, guys, if you know how to play blackjack, leave a comment down in the
If
description.
you're an expert gambler, we want you on next week's podcast.
Guys,
Yeah.
if you can count cards, we're bringing you to the next casino.
Anyway, this is very complicated and this is a very convoluted way of saying that podcast was fun. I enjoyed my time there. It was a cool experience.
The podcast was fun.
Oops, I mean the casino.
I thought you were quitting. I thought you were resigning. Guys, the podcast was fun and all.
Anyways, guys, our banter has been top, but I just gotta get out of here. No, but the casino was fun. I enjoyed myself. I felt like a grown-up boy.
I
felt
know.
like
Yeah.
I have my new license, and I'm a big boy going to the casino to spend my insurance money away.
Yeah.
But will I return?
I won't go as frequently
Because I
as
won money.
You're gonna return.
No. Let me finish. Because I won money in like a year. I'm talking about a year.
Yeah, in a year
Time.
maybe.
So I don't want to get addicted because I'm scared. I'm a little scared little boy.
Oh yeah, you guys are still little boys because you don't have your G license like I do.
I'm 18 years old and I'm a little boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I enjoyed my time, but I don't see myself going back there.
Yeah, me
anytime
neither,
soon.
really.
Like I'll go
Maybe
with
like a
friends.
friend. Yeah.
I would
Like
go
I'm not gonna
alone. I
go
would never
alone.
go
Like
alone.
yeah, I
that's
wouldn't go
too sad
alone.
for me.
Yeah, the person that we met there said that the max amount, like at one point they were going every day, like 5 days a week.
Yeah, they went once 5 days in a week, and then like I don't know. I think they toned it down though.
Yeah. That's insane though.
Yeah, and
That's but he goes there to make money.
yeah.
And he probably knows what he's
It's a
doing.
crazy
more
world.
than
Yeah,
that.
It's
he
a
knows.
crazy
He
world.
definitely knows more about blackjack than we do.
Yeah.
Because he's giving us little tips and everything.
Yeah, there's a man in a tan suit and a handlebar mustache who yelled at me for not doing something smarter in blackjack. Scared me. He was like, "Yeah, dumbass, you should have done this." I was like, man, do I look like I know what I'm doing?
Were you guys surprised, like, at the type of people you saw at the casino? Do you feel like you
Oh, it's
saw
very
one
weird. Yeah,
one specific type, or do you feel like I felt like there's a lot of different people?
Oh yeah, for sure.
for sure. I wasn't expecting there would be so many.
So
different
many
people.
old
Yeah.
people. So many.
Well, yeah,
old
Did
people.
you
definitely.
see, did
a
you
lot
see
of
a
them are
single
older.
young person at a slot machine?
Oh,
I don't think so.
Did you
I
see a
think-
single old person at a card table?
Yeah, I've seen,
Yeah, I saw a few. Like, are you talking about like super?
Yeah,
old?
like old.
Like they need help to
Oh,
walk.
that was deep from the bellows of my gut. I'm sorry.
Well, there was also like a whole poker room, which was like huge, and like also a bar, and it was just like a.
We
bunch
were
of-
way too scared to go play poker. That's
Yeah.
a whole different ballpark.
Yeah,
$50 was not gonna get you anywhere. With.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we walked in.
I walked in expecting that, you know.
Yeah, we walked into this poker room, and it was like the most intimidating thing everywhere. There were every single one. There's about 100 people in this room around tables playing poker. Every single one of them were men, like adult men,
Grown.
just quiet, just being like.
Grown
all you can hear
boys.
is like the chips, like you know, how, like they pick up the chips and like let them fall. Yeah, and then we walked in there and we're like,
That was good
"Oops, we're in the wrong
onomatopoeia.
room." And then we went back to the $10 blackjack table for pussies.
So yeah, that was
a
our casino adventure.
That was actually pretty exciting. I'm glad we went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
not- it was a good
I almost
experience.
pussied out, but I was like, yeah, I got it.
I would've
You're
been
here,
livid.
you might as well do it.
I would have been livid if you didn't bet.
I almost didn't bet. I bet over for you guys. You peer pressured me into betting over my limit. How does that feel?
No, we both
Let's
went
talk
in
about
together.
The ethics of you forcing me.
I didn't say a word.
No, at the end we all just went.
All of you.
Ultimately, that's your decision.
Yeah, that's what he said. Ultimately, Zach, that's your decision.
God, I'm just gonna watch my Mr. Bean from now on.
So moving on from the casino, guys.
Maybe
guys.
moving back
Shut up,
in
Zach.
terms of chronological order, but we didn't get to talk about grad because we're graduates of high school now.
So we talked a little bit of we talked a little bit about grad during our pilot episode, which you will never see.
I think we should just
You'll
stop
never.
mentioning the pilot episode. Actually, no. I want the
No.
pilot episode to become a meme
Okay.
It's gonna become a meme. I agree.
for all 3 people who listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
I think they'll never hear the pilot
They
episode.
they yell, they cheer. We want.
If we
the
get-
pilot episode.
How many listeners or how many
Okay,
subscribers?
guys, if you smash 10 likes on this video,
If you smash 10 likes, we will release
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
pilot.
whoa, 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 whoa! I think it should be higher than 10.
are you
10.
kidding me, Isaac?
Do you remember the echo on that pilot?
Yeah, it's a really bad episode.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's good.
Oh,
It's,
so
the
you're doing-
content itself is good.
I'm sure we can edit it.
I'm sure we can edit it. Yeah, I just need the original files, and I can very easily edit.
That's
it.
true, eh?
Because me and Nabil are the only ones who do work on this podcast.
Wrong.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
I bought your microphone, Zach.
You didn't need to expose how broke I am to the listeners, okay?
That was
Sorry, we'll cut this
unprecedented.
part out. Don't worry about
Thank you. Edit point.
it. And record now. Future me, we're editing this.
Oh, you're editing this. Anyway, so yeah, we graduated high school. What a crazy world.
Good riddance. Holy crap.
Holy crud, dude.
Holy crud.
Darn it, man. That's freaking nuts.
Shud.
Should.
Frig.
Frig that, man. I know looking... Shut up, let me speak. I know looking back on this is funny to talk about high school, and anyone who's older than 18 years of age is going to listen to this and be like, what a bunch of little dweebs.
That's what they sound like.
That's exactly what anyone above the age of 18 sounds like. But I think it's pretty important.
High school is important?
Well,
are you
okay,
talking
shut
about?
your
The
mouth.
experience of graduation?
No, I believe graduating, our grad ceremony, no matter how boring and hot and stupid it was.
Okay, I got the worst of that.
Yeah, you did. Nabil
What,
was
because
last
you won
worst.
5 awards?
No, because
I was talking about my story, but then they interrupted me. Continue, boys. Because we've lived such a short life in the grand scheme of things, we're both lucky and blessed. Because we've lived such a short life, I believe that graduating high school and what it signifies is the most important moment of our lives so far. Do you agree or not? Let's discuss.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else that's more important right now.
That pretty much summed up my...
That
What other
sums up
big
my whole
events are
life.
there? Graduating college? Guess what? You can't do that without going to university. I mean, without going to high school first, boys.
I mean, yeah, it's important, but like... Yeah, I guess.
Well,
it's
he's talking
important.
about at this date. Yeah, at this point, it's the most important.
But I also
In
think
life,
I also
there's
think-
no way.
I also think going to cultural outlets, making friends, is also important.
Yeah, but that's not an important. That's not an important event. You know, there's like big events. Getting married, if you want to, you don't have to. You can go get social constructs. We don't care. We're inclusive here, unless you're fat or a pussy. You know, getting married, graduating university, you know, retiring,
Yeah,
having a
retiring's
kid
good thing.
if you want to. Once again,
Would you retire before having a kid?
good God. Well, if I'm retiring that early, I better be damn filthy rich. Okay, Isaac, you know, you bring this topic up. I know we have something right now, but let's discuss this. How do you feel about having kids right now?
Bro, that's so far off in the future right
Do you really
now.
think it's that far away?
It's
I
not.
think it is very far away.
Okay, what age around do you think?
First
you'd
of
have
all-
your first child.
First of all, I need to find the perfect woman.
Okay, just beyond that.
Beyond that.
What age do you think you'll be when you have your first child?
What age?
Yeah,
I see myself late 20s
late 20s.
having a child.
Yeah, that's solid.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Like
But
I'm
think about
talking 20. Ooh, maybe early. Like 29 is a good age, I think. Like I'm
So
talking
very
late.
very late,
Yeah.
as late as can be.
Yeah. Like the last day.
The
of
last
when I'm
day that
20.
you're 29,
Like
you're gonna.
the day before my birthday, I'm gonna just bang.
January
someone.
16th, 2028. 2028 or 2029? I wasn't.
2029. Guys, hold on. Let me pull up my
The
calculator.
reason
see
I
if
bring
that's
this up is because in my favorite TV show, Love Island, they all had to
Oh.
take care of small little babies, and it made me laugh.
Like actual babies.
Okay, guys, I really enjoy this show called Love Island. It's like a British bachelorette, Big Brother type show, and it's so bad. It's the worst show.
What's
It's
with
so
you and
funny.
watching bad shows?
I find it
You're
the
on-
funniest things. Riverdale is such a horrible show. It is the worst piece of content I've ever watched, and I watched every episode and I love it. Love Island, so bad, but it's right proper banter in it. All right, let's move on.
So where were we? We were at kids, but we were at grad.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go back
let's
to
go
grad.
back to
I'm
grad.
embarrassed. I'm ashamed of my actions.
So guys, I want to make an observation. Tell me if you agree or disagree.
Fuck, I'm such an idiot.
With what?
I'm such a stupid idiot.
So, I enjoyed prom more than graduation, but I think graduation's like more of a formal event, you know, and I think it's like important to have still.
Well, they are 100%.
Oh God,
Oh,
Zach's making so much noise. Stop touching things. God.
Grad and prom are not even remotely the same piece
Yeah,
of events.
I know,
they're
that's
two
what I'm
different. They're
saying.
two completely.
That's what I'm saying.
But you say you enjoy.
I
Can you-
enjoyed- I
can you
enjoyed prom
really-
more?
Okay, I guess.
Because you know you dress up, you have a fun time, you go to your friends. Zach has a knife. Zach's holding a knife right now. I don't know how he got it. I'm scared.
Don't leave knives around your floor, Isaac.
What? Where did you get that?
Anyways, so you like prom because you dress up.
Yeah, I gotta look nice for once in my.
Well, you
goddamn
didn't look
life.
that nice, but I'll give you that. Fellow Air Squad member Moomin Elmi was the best dressed in that night.
Woman, I'm best dressed for sure.
Guys, what are we gonna talk about? I'm trying to talk about prom, but I feel like you guys aren't even talking about anything. Step up your game.
I'm embarrassed about prom.
Why are you embarrassed?
I don't know. I'm
You're embarrassed?
I'm gonna say something stupid right now, and I was talking about this with Isaac. I'm embarrassed about being a kid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But
thought
I
you
don't
were a
think you
man
should
who
be
has a G
embarrassed.
license.
Well, at prom I wasn't. I was clearly a kid.
Quite clearly.
What does that mean?
Means anyone within a 100-meter radius of you would know that's a kid.
No, but I don't know why this is. I whenever I talk about grad or prom or anything like that or getting my license, I'm like, I don't know why I'm embarrassed about that. Cause like it's definitely like this is when prom happens, when you're 17 to 18 years old, or 19 if you need to stay a little bit extra. We don't judge here. Like when do you get your license other
Yeah.
than when you're 16, which is when I got my license, and get your full license when you're 18, which is when I got mine. When do you go to the casino for the first time? When you turn 18, you know what I mean? So I don't know why I'm ashamed of that, but it keeps me up at night.
You shouldn't be ashamed of being.
I don't think you should be ashamed.
This is a coming of age story, Zach.
It's a coming of age.
It's the
story.
first
Yeah.
time for everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but like Isaac and I just went to we went to a music festival last night, and there's wristbands regarding to your age, and I was wearing not the kids one, but the under 19, which is what the kids wear. And I was like, oh, I'm ashamed to wear this because of the kids that I'm going to be associated with. Anyway, that's a story for another time.
Generation Snowflake.
I'm going to go on a rant that's off topic. May I? Do I have permission?
Rant segment.
There is a newspaper in our part of the Canada, part of the country, part of our city, Ottawa, called the Ottawa Sun, and it is the single worst piece of journalism I've ever read.
Are we sponsored by them?
Oh, we might be. I don't want to if we are. And they're like letters to the editors, and they are the worst, most vile piece of just conservative garbage I've ever heard. I sent you guys that picture, right?
Yeah, the one with the...
This year's Canada Day, which is July 1st for all you non-Canadians, which is there's literally not one person who isn't. Anyway, it was very hot this year, and so there's normally big events in the downtown
30
area.
degrees.
It was 40 degrees almost.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And so it was a very, very, very hot day. And so, understandably so, there was not a high turnout for the outdoor events that normally happen during Canada Day. And so someone had the gall to write into this newspaper with the comment, very low turnout this Canada Day. Does Generation Snowflake think they'll melt in the heat? Unbelievable. Still had a great time, though. As if somehow it's kids' fault that the earth is melting over what they did. God, I'm mad.
Damn, that's woke, bro. Give me some.
God, I'm mad.
That's
Done.
real.
Dude,
That's
you're so
real.
Generation Snowflake is melting. Well, it's because you melted the goddamn ice caps and now we're warm, you Gertrude.
Boom!
That was
Guys,
100.
That's Zach's rant. That's going to be a new segment on the show. Look forward to it. Comment down below any suggestions you have for Zach's rant.
Zach's rant. Yeah. I wonder, like, what kind of segments we would get later on in other episodes. You know what I mean?
Zach's rant.
Yeah, but what other? Keyword other. Other segments.
I don't know. All that's playing in my head right now is just Zach's rant. I just like that. So after prom, we went to after prom. Funny enough.
Which was an event in itself.
So originally, I did not want to go to after prom. We're talking in like January, like when we're signing up for this. Like
No.
when do you sign up for this?
May.
Okay, in May.
Very different.
In May, when you're signing up for this, like I didn't really want to go to after prom, but like it's good. It's your last year of high school. It's good to get out of your comfort zone and all that. So we went, and Zach and I went, and Nabil didn't go.
I didn't go.
Because he's
Don't you say it.
I won't say it.
Way too much silence in this episode.
Anyway, yeah. So we went to after prom, and Zach, what was your opinion on after prom?
I understand the worries of after prom. There's very much a stereotype associated with it.
It was fun. I had a fun time.
Yeah, I had fun. It was nice to let loose, but
it was also
I understand how you can be worried. But I don't know. I thought it was a nice moment. Our after prom was shared between 3 different schools. And these 3 schools all started at like the same elementary school, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's good to like reunite with people.
There's like 3 areas of the city, and they all went to one elementary school or one middle school, and then they all split up into these 3 different high schools, and then these 3 different high schools got together in prom. So it was kind of fun. I kept seeing people I haven't seen since like grade 6.
Yeah, that's
which
crazy.
is a long time ago for those keeping count. And I don't know. I thought it was fun. Yeah, it was a cool moment. I'm glad I went to it.
It was a great people watching experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys told me some stories.
I don't know how many stories we can tell on this podcast, but let me tell you, white girls do not know their liquor levels. That's for sure.
Yeah, the mechanical bull one was pretty.
That's a secret little Easter egg. If you see us in person, we'll tell you that one, but not over the air.
Not over the air? We will not transmit this message over the air to your ears.
We're gonna have to write it down. Just slip you a note.
We'll like cut out letters from a man.
This episode is a train wreck. We need to salvage this.
Guys, what can we talk about to salvage
I don't
this?
think that prom is an important aspect of your life. Oops, I said it. I think prom is much more of a social thing than it is anything else. I feel that if there was not a social pressure around prom, way less people would go to prom.
Everything you've said is true.
In hindsight, I'd like to preface this. In hindsight, I enjoyed prom. I do not regret going. But if there was not a pressure around prom, I don't think I would have went. I'm glad I did go, but I don't think that I would have gone if that pressure wasn't there.
But I guess there needs to be pressure in these sort of events
so.
to get people to go.
Yeah, in a way. But yeah, that's basically the last big event that has happened in our lives up until this point.
That's the only meaningful event that will ever happen in my life. Prom. The
Well,
highlight of
that
my
was
life.
your first party, but it is not your last party, is it, Isaac?
Damn. That's true.
It is not your last party, is it, Isaac?
Oh my god, that's a sick segue.
Thank you.
Give me some props, bro.
God, it took twice for him to get it.
Speaking
I
of...
watched the gears turn, but that was a good segue.
There was
Isaac,
steam
was that
coming
your
out of my
last
ear.
party? Was that your last party?
No, it was not my last party because we're going into this next segment, guys. Because
It's the point of a segue so it's clean.
I was
and
about
easily.
to jump into it.
Yeah, but you don't need to lead up to it.
This
you
is
just say good segue,
This
then
is
you start
mostly
talking.
your story, so we need you to segue
Just
in.
let me say my goddamn story.
That's not the
guys.
last party, is it, Isaac?
In 9 days, I have a scheduled work party. And my god, social anxiety is a real thing. It's a threat. It's a threat to my well-being. I have a work party coming up for my work. I work for the city of Ottawa as a lifeguard, for those of you keeping count. And it's a, I don't know, man. I'm pretty worried. I have to get jacked in 9 days.
So
What,
why
you guys are gonna
why
be
are
like
you worried?
shirtless? You're gonna be in the pool partying?
I don't
No,
know.
he has to show up shirtless. That's the alpha move.
Yeah, I have to
Oh.
get there, take
Isaac's
off
a
my
lonely
shirt.
guy, man. And he needs to get hitched
But-
so he can have kids at 29.
Don't you know? But you know people like
Yeah.
Tristan. Oops.
It's okay. There's no last names here. Don't say his last name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
his
yeah,
last name.
Of course I have friends, but
yeah,
like,
like
they're
there's
not-
people
they're
you
not-
know.
They're not friends I would hang out outside of work, except for maybe
Okay.
that
yeah.
person who I would hang out with my friends because he's a friend of a friend, you know? He's also
Yeah.
my friend. So like,
Good.
But don't you
Good
find this
damage
it's a good
control.
it's a good time to make new friends?
yeah, I know, but it's just awkward.
No, I know. What
Don't you
mean,
know,
yeah.
Nabil, you cannot make friends unless you're jacked.
That's true.
That's why Nabil has so many friends. Do
And
you guys
that-
know how jacked Nabil is? It's actually crazy.
That's why I need to get jacked in 9 days.
That's
so
why
I
you
can
need
make
to go to the
friends.
gym.
So express your worries. Express your worries.
No.
What are you worried about at this party?
yeah.
Well, I said it. I'm not good. I wouldn't hang out with them outside of work, and now I am in a social environment.
What are you guys doing at this anyway? Like,
Social anxiety.
is it like a dinner party?
No,
Guys
it's like a
going
drink until you barf party.
Oh, so it's like one of those.
That's my
parties.
favorite type of party, dude.
Yeah,
a drink
bro.
until your birth.
Drink until you barf, bro. So yeah, I gotta get jacked. I gotta raise my alcohol tolerance.
You gotta stop burping. That's the first one.
This podcast is a train wreck. I was just burping into the mic and saying how he needs to get jacked. I think you'll be fine, Isaac. You're
Yeah.
a funny guy. You're a sociable guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find Mrs. Right.
What are you talking about?
Maybe you'll find the right person for you. Mrs.
Oh,
Right. You know how they say Mr. Right? I would mean like
Oh.
Mrs. Right.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about our guidance counselor, Mrs. Wright.
I was not.
I very much doubt she will be at that party.
Why? Maybe that one blonde chick. What's her name?
Wrong.
The one that you were talking about all the time, Isaac. What was her name?
Smoking.
Smoking hot was, I believe, the words you used yourself.
Fuck you,
God,
guys.
it's like.
But
Isaac's
don't worry.
sunburn has
Look,
returned
aren't you getting your
himself.
glasses soon?
Yes.
Yes,
Getting new
that's what we
glasses.
need to talk about. Bro, I'm getting new glasses.
Whoa! Very big
for
moment.
Isaac.
Very big moment.
How long have you had your glasses right now?
About 2 years.
That's definitely not
2
true.
years.
Yes. 3 years.
You might have had this pair, but how long have you had this style of glasses?
Forever.
Forever since you got glasses. I feel like. No, I think this is an audio podcast, so when you reply to us, there needs to be audio cues. He's shaking his head for those who are watching the podcast. Which, if you are, that means you're in a window somewhere, and that creeps me out a little bit.
Guys, we're in front of a live audience, actually. Yeah, so no, I'm getting glasses, and I'm super excited.
When did you say at the late or at the earliest that they're gonna come?
Yeah, no, I'm actually supposed to. They're
Today?
supposed to arrive today, but they haven't, and I'm super bummed out.
Gonna have to call them up.
Yeah. Also, I'm also getting prescription sunglasses.
Actually?
That's
Yeah.
the truest
Damn.
flex of all.
I'm flexing.
Damn, why didn't you tell me that?
I did, didn't I?
No.
I guess I didn't.
No, you didn't. You're a horrible friend, and you're off this podcast.
Well, see you guys.
Oops, when you're home.
Well, yeah, so I am getting sunglasses.
And I think that'll make you a new you, and I think you'll be able to really enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Well, how many bars are we at, Zach?
We're at 137 bars into this podcast.
Imagine like measuring things in bars.
Our pilot episode was measured in bars because I forgot to convert GarageBand into time format.
So it was measured in like beats.
Yeah, we are at 180 BPM in the key of C.
How many minutes are we at in this podcast, Zach? Real quick.
We're at 44 minutes in, and I think this is the perfect chance to wrap it up.
Yeah,
right.
let's wrap it up.
Right now we've hit 45 minutes.
Wow.
And I think this is the perfect time to end it.
That's exactly when we end it.
I know that this episode was a bit more of a train wreck than the last one.
I don't think so. I think we did pretty good.
Okay.
It's just near the end.
We
had some strong topics.
Yeah.
But it's just one kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
We've over-talked that topic already.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway.
So we're still trying to find our stride, but I have no doubt in my mind that we will find it eventually.
Hopefully by the third podcast, so that Spotify
Third time's
will
the charm,
let us
guys.
on.
Yeah, so
maybe you can help us out by leaving a comment and suggestions
like
on what
and
we can
subscribe
talk about.
on YouTube. Leave a rating and a review on iTunes. That really helps the podcast out.
On
Share this with your
Google.
friends. Tell your friends, hey, look at these hot, spry young men from the eastern side of Ottawa making a funny podcast. You can let them know. Maybe we'll get sponsored one day.
Hopefully.
My name is Zach Shapiro. You can find me on Instagram at zach.shapiro.
My name is Nabil. You can find me at NabWars.
Are we really gonna do this Instagram plug every time?
Of
Oops,
course.
I need followers to validate my social status.
We need that ratio
But that's
to go.
just a social construct, and it
Oops, you were
literally
literally
means nothing.
you talked for 5 minutes about how you wanted to get jacked for a social party.
Well, you queued me up for that segue, and I went with it.
Can we acknowledge that segue, guys? Please rate my segue on iTunes.
Rate it, please. Anyway, guys, my name's Isaac. I don't really care, man. I guess you can follow me.
Wow, look at Mr. Hippie. I don't care about
Dude.
social media,
Dude, I don't even care, bro.
Dude, I don't even care if you like or following me, dude.
Please
All
follow
I care
me.
is that you love each other.
Please follow me. My Isaac
We
Rudnicki,
are
please
3
follow
out
me.
of 7 members of Egg Squad. This has been Oops, We Started a Podcast. We will see you next week. Peace, love, and l'chaim. And that's it. We're done. Thank God I hate this podcast.